Because right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We've got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, thanks a lot, Ken, and thank you for tuning into the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. Rich Walsh will be joined by Chris Mueller in a matter of moments over at the 93.7 The Fan Cam, and there he is. And we're taking your phone calls tonight, 412-575-2600. We could start with the NFL draft. That was kind of the big news here today with the Steelers. The city of Pittsburgh is expected to get the draft in 2026 or 2027. I think it's almost a slam dunk, Chris. Why wouldn't they give it to one of the most, historic franchises in the NFL? I think it's going to happen. I don't know what year it's going to happen, but I can almost guarantee it's going to happen one of those 2 years.
It's going to happen. They're going to give it to Pittsburgh. Green Bay is going to host one, so Pittsburgh's going to get one. Once you put one in Green Bay, you can't make complaints about the size of the market or the city that gets one. So Pittsburgh's going to get one. I don't know, Richie, does it make me old and boring that I don't know, this is cool for the city if and when it happens. It's going to be a boon in some ways, for sure, economically. It'll put Pittsburgh's best foot forward on national television, but I don't know. I maybe 25-year-old me would have been very excited. I'm going to go down there. I'm going to get wild. I'm going to, try to meet people down there associated with the league. I'm going to go to bars, all that stuff. 38-year-old me goes, "Where's my walker? Hey, I watch it on TV." I mean, that's how I feel about it right now. It's cool for the city. I get why people want it, but not one of those things. I'd still rather just sit on my couch and watch it at home, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you're going to be one of those guys. Look at all the traffic. I'm not going to go downtown. I'm going to stay away.
Right.
Although it's going to bring in
Exactly.
$120 to $160 million for the city and the surrounding areas. So I think it's a good fit. I'm pretty excited about it. I've never been to an actual draft. I go to the Steelers facility every year for the draft. I don't know how much different it's going to be. Most of the Steelers personnel in the war room is at the Steelers facility. They're only calling in the pick. But I actually would like to experience. It's one of the things that I think I would like to experience throughout my career, actually going to the NFL draft. So that's going to happen in 2026 or 2027. So good thing for Pittsburgh. That was good news here today. Also, good news for the Steelers. They're playing the Cardinals. But you know what? 2-10, winless on the road. I don't know if this is a slam dunk win for the Steelers.
I think Kyler Murray seems to be healthy. That makes it dangerous. He's going to be the best quarterback they've seen in a couple of weeks, Richie, because Dorian Thompson-Robinson wasn't good, still managed to do enough to beat the Steelers. Jake Browning also not good. And that game, I thought it was exacerbated. If you have Joe Burrow and Cincy, the gap between he and Browning, I thought made the difference in who won that football game. As good as the Steelers' offense looked, Burrow isn't going to put up 10 points. So Murray makes them a live wire, but they just cut loose Zach Ertz. I mean, I don't think that they really want to win there. James Conner's having a nice year again. He's a solid football player, good running back. They have Hollywood Brown, but they don't have much else. This really is a game where, especially if the Steelers have some finally, some permanent, not permanent, but some good vibes going on offense, for the first time really in forever, it seems like. They should be able to flex a little bit of that muscle and should be able to deliver a pretty convincing win. I know that this is a team that can hurt you at times, but they just got routed by 3 touchdowns by the Rams. That tells me a lot about where the Cardinals are right now.
You brought up the offense a little bit, and I'm anxious to see what happens. Was what we saw in last game in Cincinnati, putting up 400 yards. Can they do it again? That's where my head is right now. I want to see him do it again, but I don't know if they can, and I don't trust it. I don't want to fall into that trap of, we were high on the offense, and all of a sudden they said they're close, and they still stunk. So I hope they really are close. I hope they are on the right trajectory right now.
Well, based on what Eddie Faulkner said today, it seems like it is a much more legitimately collaborative effort. He said a couple things that, based on what we know about how things went under Matt Canada for that offense, did strike me as legitimately encouraging. We knew that Canada pretty much put the game plan together almost by himself. There was minimal involvement from his coaches. Pickett would get involved. Maybe Tomlin would oversee it, but a lot of it was just Canada. Now we hear from Faulkner how much more of a team effort it is. And I think the thing that Faulkner said that really struck me the most, and it really rang true to one of the biggest criticisms of Matt Canada, both from kind of just fans and people who really know what they're looking at when they crunch tape. You know, people would say Canada would just call plays. There was no rhyme or reason. There was no direction. There was basically no why. Dan Orlovsky would say, what is the why? Why are we doing this? And he could never come up with answers consistently for the Steelers. Faulkner's talking about putting together game plans that are specifically designed to take advantage of what an opponent doesn't defend well. That's why they were going 3 tight ends so much against the Bengals. They were running some of the same plays they run from just a different look. That's like rudimentary offense 101 in the NFL, but it just shows how deficient they were in that specific area, Richie, when Canada was calling the offense. So hearing Faulkner talk about things on those terms today was an encouraging sign.
All right, we're taking your phone calls here tonight. 412-575-2600 is the number. Back in a couple minutes.